minute. I will wait for 1 minute. Yes. So very good morning, dear students, and namaskar, Suhash Hirsagar sir, for this nice session on the webinar on the values, vision, and self leadership. Sir is a motivational speaker. Am I audible, dear students, correctly? Yes. I would just like to introduce today's guest speaker, Suhash Hirsagar. Sir is BS in Engineering and Technology from BITS Pilani and Diploma in Surface Coating Technology, BTE Mumbai. Then again, Sir has also completed PG DBM in Marketing at Symbiosis College at Pune and MA pursuing PhD in Tilak Maharashtra Vidyapit. Okay. Then we have the various things about the Suhash Sagar sir. He has a total industrial experience of 30 years at Bajaj Auto. 30 plus years experience. He has worked at the Bajaj Auto for 6 years on the production line. Then at Volvo India for the 8 years. Then in the Mercedes Benz for the 16 years. And at the Infosys automotive domain consultant. And sir is also a certified ISO author. As a motivational speaker, Sir also has a certified yoga instructor and he has conducted various programs on the certified managers, then stride to leadership, 7 habits of highly effective people, then spiritual leadership and character building. Okay. And such topics of interest are personality and human behavior, Hindu philosophy and theology, service marketing, and principles of management. So we have with us Suhash Shirsagar as a speaker for the this particular session. Okay. So sir, you can start right now. I would like to hand over this session to the Suhash Shirsagar sir. Sir, you can proceed further. Thank you, sir.
Good morning and thank you very much for giving this opportunity. It is always pleasure to talk to the students, young students, and more importantly, rather than me delivering talk and people are listening quietly, it should be an interactive section. So I would suggest that if there is a possibility, either you can unmute yourself or you can type something in the box, which if I can read it, and probably we can continue like that. Okay. Just exactly 35 years back, I was also a student like you, and sitting into the seminars like what you are doing today. Is my screen visible to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, visible. Yes.
Great. So it's a big topic, right? We are talking about value, vision, and so on, leadership and all. Very complicated, right? It's not so simple. It's not mathematics. That's 2 + 2 is equal to 4. Or it is not simple engineering drawing, where you have isometric view and you can understand how it will be looking like. This is little bit tough. Tough not in the sense to talk about, but tough in the sense of understanding. So my request to all of you that having this opportunity, please look inside. This is not about the class which we are going to talk about your examination, your career. No, it is about yourself. It is looking at yourself. All of you are aware about the IQ, intelligent quotient, right? Many of you are aware. I'm sure that what is the intelligence people have, and accordingly, they can measure that. Okay, this gentleman is intelligent. Einstein is one of the examples. Very intelligent man. And then there is something called as EQ. Maybe many of you may be aware about it. EQ, emotional quotient. Of late there was a discussion about the emotional quotient, so you may be aware about the emotional quotient. But there is something third, which is called as a social quotient. Social quotient, what is this? Social quotient is that how you interact with the people, How do you interact with your family? How do you interact with your friends? How do you interact with your seniors? How do you interact with your teachers? How do you interact in general with the society? Human beings are the social animals, right? They cannot live without society. So how to interact with the society, how to have a social, happy social life is also important. So being intellectual is one part. Being emotionally quotient having is also another part. And then this is something social, social quotient. And then there is something more. You know what is that? This is called as a spiritual quotient. What is this now? We know about IQ, we know about EQ, we know about, now you just spoke about the social quotient. Now you're talking about spiritual quotient. What is that? This is something very important. What I'm going to talk today, you know it. It's not that you're not aware about it, but you never looked at it. Like, you have two eyes, and with the two eyes, you can see the whole world. But left eye cannot see the right eye, and right eye cannot see the left eye. But we know we have both eyes. Similarly, every human being is a spiritual, and you are also spiritual, and everybody is a spiritual. Every human being is a spiritual. Every living and non-living thing has a spirituality into it. I'm sure this is not the first time you are hearing, you are listening. Being in India, every human being has a clear understanding about the spirituality. Nobody has told you. Nobody has taught you. There is no class, there is no period, there is no lab for spirituality. But you being in India, this is your privilege. This is your privilege. If you are born in India, you understand what is spirituality. You may not be able to put it like this. You may not be able to present it, but it is there. You are aware about it. And this is what the basis of human being. The whole world has worked on it. They talk about emotions, they talk about intellectuality, they also talk about social. But we, being Bharatiya, we have the privilege to be a superpower in the spirituality. When we say India will become superpower, it is not the superpower of being economy. It is not the superpower of being industry. It follows. If you are pure at heart, if you are pure at mind, if you are spiritually enlightened, automatically you become the world power. Automatically you become superpower. Vishwa Guru. And this is possible. Why? Because fortunately, the next 30, 40 years are the India years in the world. We are seeing the signs of it. You are the most fortunate people. Sometimes I feel I should have bought 40 years later, like you in your age, because the whole sky is open with you now. The best of best times started, and you are born into the best of best times. You have opportunity to learn. You have opportunity to conquer spiritually, not economically, not physically. You have opportunity to be the leader of the world. And when we say India becomes leader, it is not that the country becomes leader. It's a countryman. What is India? India is a people. India is Indianness. India is a culture. India is about the civilization. And you are part of it. So next 40 years, which is your career? You are starting. Some of you must be in second year, third year. Some of you maybe on the last year. And next 4 5 years, you will be shining as one of the Indian technocrat. So here, the college has given opportunity to me to talk to you and understand where are we looking, where are we heading to. Am I presenting India properly? Is Indianness inside me? I'm in India, but is India inside me? And how it is possible? What does it mean by, when people look at India, maybe some of you might have traveled outside India. If not, you will travel definitely out of India. And then people think about India. What they think about it? What is their perception about India? I'll tell you, not very ago. In 1995, first time I went to Europe. And there's a country called Sweden. It's very, you may be aware about it. Very cold country. The sun started shining at 10 o'clock in the afternoon and sets at 2 o'clock. Very dark and minus 20 degrees temperature. And there people were talking about, they asked me, Suhas, is it that the tigers are roaming around the roads in India? Is it that snakes and snake charmers are there in India? I'm talking about 1995. And then 5 years gone. 2020. I don't know how many of you are, you probably born in that era after 2000. After 2000, the whole scenario changed. It becomes IT revolution. People started different about India. And after 20 years of the IT revolution, now you are the people who are going to carry this flag towards the pinnacle. So we are going to talking about the what is that being Indian? What is that being spiritual? Now I'm talking so much about India. India is a great country. We know all of us, we talk about it. But if you look around, what is that we see? We see stress. Everybody is stressed. Everybody is stressed. You are stressed, your parents are stressed, your teacher are stressed, your friends are stressed. The whole society is under stress. Health, hospitalization. I did not need not to speak about COVID, poverty, corruption, traffic, overcrowding. I'm sure you are facing all these problems. You are born and brought up in this kind of situation. Exploitation, exploitation. Everybody's exploiting. Money problems. Why this is happening? Such a beautiful country. At one point of time, the whole world was following us, right? The whole world was following us. In fact, there are Western philosopher who said that when the world is going to collapse, when the world is going to be destroyed, it will take U-turn and they will look at India. India will save them. Why? Why they can think like this? There is a reason behind it. And when people are talking like this, look at ourselves, look at around us, look at around Pune, look at around your home. How many problems are there? Why these problems are there? Who created these problems? Human being made up of the mind, and this mind has created problem. Everybody has a wants. Everybody wants to have a greed. Everybody wants something or other. Some people want money. Some people want power. Some people want power and money. Some people are there to exploit. People are not happy. People are not satisfied. Why? Why it is like this? Because the mind is culprit. It is intoxicated. And why? Our value systems are forgotten. What is our value system? If you look at our Indian system, who is the important man in the family? If I had to ask you, the days have changed, but in the olden days, the most important family member is the mother. Why? Actually, father goes to business office and brings money. Because of him, the family is running. But who is most important? Why? Why? Because mother sacrificed herself to the family. Systems are changing, but still everyone loves mother because you born because of her. If she's not there, you are not there. And how you born? You become part. You were the part of her body. You came into the existence because her sacrifice. The biggest sacrifice in the world for you is your mother, and that's why she has got highest value in the system. This is forgotten. We've forgotten that who brought us. In this age, we find friends are more important. My boyfriend is important. My girlfriend is important. Right? I am important than everything else. I'm so self-centered. Marriage and family institutions corrupted. Why people were getting married? You see that how it is happening. You are all young. You must be understanding what is happening. Some nonsense things are happening. There is no commitment. Marriage is a commitment. Marriage is a sanskar. And this commitment people are running away. Because if you have to commit something, you have to sacrifice something. And if you don't want to sacrifice, things won't work. This will bounce back. The family institutions corrupted. In the biggest favor, in the biggest fear during Corona was people were worried that if something happens to me, who will take care of my family? Because it's a nuclear family, father, mother, children. There is nobody. There is nobody around to support you. Unlike 50 years back, there was a brother. there was a sister. All these systems are gone now. I'm sure how many of us has a real brother? How many of us has a real sister? These family institutions are getting corrupted. Because we wanted to earn money, we are leaving our family culture. I'm not saying it is good or bad. I'm just telling you that what are the root cause. The family must be extended. Why to divide? So rather than extending family, we're cutting it off. The whole world is looking at us because of the marriage and family institution. We are not animals that someone can stay with somebody. Ahar, Nidra, Bhay, and Maithun. These are the four animal instinct. Ahar means food, Bhay means fear, Nidra means sleep, Maithun means sex. These are the four basic necessity of the animal. And same to the human being. But there is something very special with the human beings. Human beings follow the Dharma. What is Dharma? Dharma is a value system. It has nothing to do with religion. It is nothing to do with the God. Dharma is a system. Dharma is a values. Dharma is a sanskara. Dharma is a way of life. Dharma is a guiding principles. This is something special with the human beings. Ahara, Nidra, Bhaya, Maithuna. These are the four things which are absolute common with animal and human. But we are special because we have dharma, we have bindings, we have moral systems, we have guiding principles. We understand what is good, what is bad. Cow doesn't understand, bull doesn't understand, dog doesn't understand. They have a limited understanding. They have a limited understanding about the relationships. There is no sanskar. But human beings can become up to the God. That is expectation. Why humans are existing? What is the purpose of my life? We have forgotten that. And we started behaving like human. I want to satisfy my own ego. I want to satisfy my own needs. I want to satisfy my own greed. I don't understand anything else. I don't know about anybody in the world. It's me, me, and me. This is what happens when the family institution corrupted. The basic thing starts at family. Charity begins at home. Love and trust are going down. Nobody's trusting to nobody. Nobody's having the love, this word, this Bollywood buggers, the meaning of love has gone. It is not about lust. People are not understanding the difference between love and lust. The love is missing. The genuine love, the genuine trust is missing. Very, very beautiful example I'll tell you. Once I was there is a place called Shravan Belgaon in Karnataka. I'm not able to see the questions. I hope you are able to listen me properly. If there is any problem, please unmute yourself and ask. Ask about the question. Ask about the quality of voice if you are not able to hear, please. So once I was traveling to the Shravan Belgaon, and this is kind of quite a hilly area. It's little tough. It's not as tough as Siagat, but it's little tough to climb. And I was climbing, and I was young. Today also I'm young, but in those days I'm at least 20 years younger than today. And I was climbing with that Seven Belgod hill. In the middle of it, I found that one small girl, maybe 6, 7 standard, she was also climbing with me. And while climbing, she was having a small baby, she has taken on her shoulders. And she was climbing along with that baby. And that baby was also troubling her. Then couple of times, we were walking with her. I started chatting with her. I asked her in the Kannada, don't you feel that this is a burden to you? Twice, thrice, she gave me a look, and so then she started walking. She was without saying anything. Third time, she told me, look, don't you understand? He's my brother. So what does it mean? That little girl is telling me, my brother cannot become a burden to me. It's my love. With very much trust, the baby sitting with me. He's my brother. This cannot be burden. It may be tough. It may be difficult. I may have to stop many times, but I have to carry my brother. He's my brother. He's not my burden. This is family institution. This is love. This is trust, which you don't see, which is a part of our pathology. We are not born in Belgium, Russia, Germany, Iran, Iraq. We born in India. This is called as a Punya Bhu. And all these things, what I'm talking to, is part of our pathology. Nobody teaches us, but we know it because our parents behaved like this with us. Our brothers, sisters are behaving like this. Us. Our neighbors are like this. Our school colleges are like this. We have love and trust with our relationships, which is going down. Human and animal, no difference. We spoke about Ahar, Bhay, and Nidra, Maithun. Dharma. Dharma is not religion. Dharma is not about puja part. Dharma is not about going to the mandir. Dharma is being human. Dharma is the righteousness. Dharate iti dharma. The one which is you are holding is called as dharma. Dharma is nothing to do with religion. Dharma is nothing to do with your God. Dharma is nothing to do about the holy books. Dharma is being righteous. Putra dharma, Pita dharma, Shezar dharma. All this dharma is nothing but the set of principles, guiding principles, moral values. This is going down. People are not fearing to each other. Nobody thinks if I smoke in front of my teacher, what my teacher will think. Those thinkings are gone. And if we don't follow the dharma, the automatic reaction is you are going to get into the trouble automatically. Whatever we have been designed here for thousands and thousands years, and this is alive, right? 10,000 years, people were talking about Rama, and today also they talk about Rama because he was following Dharma. Rama Vigrahavan Dharma. I'm giving example. Rama is the man who was following Dharma. So what he was doing is a Dharma. What he was doing? He has been went to the um, exhalation, right? He was out for 14 years. And after coming back, he should have been, there should be commission against Kaikai. Has he done that? The Valmiki Rishi says, when Rama comes back, first, before going to Kausalya, he went to Kaikai because he was knowing people must have notched her. This is Dharma. He has not settled score with anybody. He killed Ravana, but there is a reason. It's a social reason. But otherwise, from personal front, he has never settled a score. This is Dharma. And that's why I'm telling you, all these stories are known to you. It was not taught into the educational institutions. It was not taught into any of the schools, but you are aware about it. This is in your pathology. Despite of that, today we are into this situation. Self-centered life. Self-centered. I don't know anything more than me. I'm only concentrating on me. We are not thinking beyond me. So there are four basic differences which we must understand when we compare ourselves with the Western lives. The first and foremost principle, the Darwin's principle, survival of the fittest. In India, we don't say this. We say everybody is fit to survive. Sarve pi sukhina santu, sarve santu niramaya. Survival of the fittest is a jungle raj. It happens in the animal world. I will give you the example of again coming back to the corona. During corona, who was taking care of whom? The weaker section of the society was taken care by the stronger section of the society. People were donating. I'm sure many of you must have worked there. Many of your families must have donated. Was it possible for government to control corona like this? Who controlled corona? It's the people of India. They come forward. They started helping each other. They paid salaries to their servants without, even they were not working. This is not about survival of the fittest. We say everybody is fit to survive. Everybody has a right. Everybody has his share. Sarvepi sukhina santu, sarve santu niramaya. Second most important, exploitation of the nature. We don't exploit to nature. Hybrid is not our concept. Jersey cow and her milk is not our concept. We don't want to have more production. We want to have a production from the Srishti, from the Prakriti, which is needed. The God has given to you what you are needing to. Your grids are not there. So having more and more crop, having more and more production from the hybrid is not our culture. We are happy with the Dohan. We are not happy with the Shoshan. We don't want to exploit. Whatever cow gives, it is sufficient to me. I will compile my needs. I will control my needs. More and more you want, more and more exploitation will happen. The luxurious life will be at the cost of somebody. So this is the second principle, that we do not exploit nature. All our festivals, all our all our enjoyments are in line with Srishti, in line with nature. It is not against. The third and the most important is self-centered life. If you look at your father, do you think he is a self-centered life, having life? Look at your mother. Is he having self-centered life? He is looking at you. You are the most important man, and you, most important boy, most important girl of your family. His life is not self-centered. His life is towards family. His life is towards society. His life is towards country. His life is towards nature. His life is towards Prakriti. We don't believe in self-centered life. I'll tell you the truth. I have seen it in Europe, in USA. At the age of 16, 17, the father says to son, "Thank you very much, son. It was nice staying with you. Please find out your own home." And at the age of 16, 17, they're out of their house. And what happens? He has to earn his own food. And in India, in our country, in our families, he's at the age of 26. Other says, "Okay, you want to go for MS, I will pay for it." And the whole life he struggles for that. He earns for you, because we don't believe in self-centered life. We are family-centered. We are society-centered. We are country-centered. We are Parameshti-centered. We believe on happiness of everybody. And the fourth most important principle is survival, is the existence for the struggle. The whole world believes that you have to struggle for existence. We say, no, where is the struggle? We can coexist. We can coexist. We say, ekam satya pipra bahuda vadanti. There are thousands and thousands ways to reach to the God. Your way is also correct. My way is also correct. So where is the struggle? There is no struggle. You like pasta, it's okay. I like rice, it's also okay. It is not against each other. So there is a coexistence and there is no struggle. If we center our life towards these four basic principles, that everybody has a right to survive. Everybody is supposed to survive. Sarve pisukena santu. I am not self-centered. I can believe in the coexistence. And I can believe into the I don't believe in the exploitation. If you follow this four principle, this is what Indian is. Your next 60 years in the life, where you will have your own career, ahead of you. Follow these four principles, you are done. The purpose of life is solved. And if you don't follow this, there is a loss of self-character. I'm not talking about personality, I'm talking about character. There is a difference. What is the difference? We will see that. Loss of national character. So it's not about self-character, national character. So once upon a time, when we were conquering the world as a spiritual power, today where are we? Why the reason? Because that self-character is missing. And why? Because we have wrong notions about happiness, satisfaction, peace, bliss. There are different words, right? People have forgotten what is happiness, what is satisfaction, what is peace, what is bliss. One question, you can decide it, right? Just think of, stretch yourself. What is important for me? The success is important for me, or being happy is important for me? I will repeat. Success is important more for me, or being happy is important to me? It is possible that successful man can be happy man, but it is not must. Vice versa, unsuccessful man can be also happy. So it is all depends how you define success. I just leave it to you. Think of it. What you want? Is it happiness is important or success is important? Let's go into the detail. Who am I? Who am I? Am I body? I say it's my hand. I said it's my body. So it's mine. So I am somebody different than the body. Then I said it's my mind. It's your mind. Yes, my mind. It's your mind. That means there is somebody who is different from your mind. And then there is something called as intellect. Buddhi. It's my intellect. So that is also different. If it is I am the intellect, if I am the mind, if I am the body, then I will not say it is my intellect, my mind, my body. So who is am I? I am the soul. I am the Atman. We must understand who am I? Atman, I'm just trying to put it in a very simple word. It's a software. Rest all is the hardware. You understand this language, you are engineering students, right? And depending upon these body, mind, intellect, and soul, your happiness and sadness is also like this. There is happiness of a body. I want to eat gulab jamun. I want to eat pasta. My body becomes happy. But morning I eat pasta, evening again I'm hungry. So the happiness is limited. Happiness of mind. What is happiness of mind? I want to listen to good music. I want to read a good book. I want to spend time with my friends. Happiness of mind. But this is also limited. One find, you can do it again and again and then it vanishes, it's gone. You don't enjoy the same way. What is the happiness of intellect? Happiness of intellect is a creativity. Singing a song, writing a book, writing something which is related to your study, writing a thesis. This is intellectual, and this gives a lot of pleasure. We know that when Newton, I'm sure you must have heard about it, when Newton found, when he was working on some of his experiments, when he found that, he started shouting, Eureka, Eureka, Eureka. That's the happiness. But this is also limited. So what is that happiness which is last longing? That's happiness of soul. And then from where it comes, we will come back to that. In the meantime, think, which is the most happiness I like? It is a body happiness I like, it's a mind happiness I like, the intellect happiness I like, or the soul's happiness I like. Then who am I? I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect, I'm not the soul also. I'm putting together the software of the Atman and the hardware of body. Yes, mind is also hardware, intellect is also hardware because it is changing, right? I don't have same body. When I was young, I was very enthusiastic. I used to run. Today I can't do that. So my body is changing. Same is happening with mind. My mind is also changing. When I was as an engineering student, my mind was thinking of different. Today, when I'm done my career of 30 years into the industry, I have different mind. Same about intellectual. I don't have same intellect. Those days I was learning about engineering principles. Today I talk about management. The only one thing is not changing is the soul. When I born, it is there. When I'm going to die, it is going to be there. I need not explain this. You understand this. So who we are? We are Vayam Amrutasya Putra. We are immortal. Immortal. I did not explain it. You understand it. So coming back to this, what is joy and what is happiness? Happiness is a short term. Joy is a long. It's a bliss. So this happiness of a soul is the happiness what you like most, what we love most. And you know from where it comes? It comes by giving. The investment, I repeat, the investment what you do where returns are not expected is the happiness which lasts long. Think of it. It's very difficult. You need to concentrate what I'm trying to say. The investment, what you do, where returns are not expected, is the happiness. Think of it. Coming to the next topic, personality. I told you about the personality and character. What is personality? Personality in Marathi, it's Vyaktimatva. Personality is that how people look at you, how people perceive you. It's a show off. There are personality development programs. There they teach how to talk, how to dress, how to speak, how to communicate, how to walk, how to deliver. And what is character? It's something different, right? Real you, which you only know. So personality is 1/9 part of your character. Character is a base. Personality is only on the top of it. People put a lot of veils, lot of masks. The real inside is only you know it. Nobody else know. That's character. Character is what you do when nobody's watching. What you do when nobody's watching. And personality is what you do for others to watch, to paint yourself, to project yourself, to know to manifest yourself. What you do is the personality. Are you getting it? So your personality is like like this tree, and your characters are like this roots. So what is important? Character, personality, or both? What is important? Little difficult, right? Look at inside. What is important for me? Both are important. By having different character and personality, you put masks, and that brings the stress to your life. If I try to show what I am not, the stress comes on you. And if it is clean and clear that what you are showing, and furthermore, you are the person, you have the character, what people would like to see you. And if you match that, that means personality and character, no difference, right? You are not showing you are a very studious student, but you are not. You are not showing that you are going to gym every day, you are very regular, you are very disciplined, but you are not. If you try to do that and you match that what you want to show to people, then you are the most happy person. There is no stress. Clean, clear, absolutely trustworthy. And what is this character is? What exactly? Sanskar and habits become the character. Sanskar is nothing but manifestation of habit. And sanskar is a progressive unfoldment of mind. Your mind is opening up with sanskara. And from where do sanskara comes? They come from family and close relative. You learn from your family because you are there with them. It comes from school and colleges. It comes from friends and colleagues. It comes from society. And this how habits are being formed? It's skills. It's a desire. It's a knowledge. It's an intersection of knowledge, skill, and desire. I don't want to get into it because this is easily available on the network, on the internet. Please go through, read it. You know what I mean to say that. So your habits are good, automatically your character will become good. And Swami Vivekananda said it, and you may be knowing about it. Each soul is potentially divine. Everybody is pure. People will have the marks and make it dirty. There is a phenomenal self, something called as a Vyaktik, Vyaktitva. Vyaktik, personal, this character, and transcendent self, Paramarthik, Vyavaharik, Vyaktitva. Look at yourself. I am not talking something Spanish to you. You understand it. Just check with yourself. Each individual is a core of essence which is independent, perfect, constant, characterized by unchanging self-existence, Purnatva. Everyone is complete. Mother gives the birth to the baby. Something came out of the mother, but mother is also complete, and the baby is also complete as a human being, right? So every individual is complete. You have body, you have mind, you have intellect, you have You have Atman, and you have the right to go for bliss. So then where is the problem? Think of it. The problem is we are not honest with us. We try to show something else to the world and we are something else. If there is a conflict into that, there is a problem. You are continuously running on the wrong things. And then sometimes, you try to live in the split personality. I'm sure you are getting what I'm trying to say. Bit tough, bit difficult. Concentrate. You will understand. It's not difficult. And that's why when there is a response comes from you, there are 4 factors. This is what Stephen Covey has said. Self-awareness, imagination, consensus, independent will. This stimulus is that there is an outside signal which is coming to you and how do you react to that. For example, you read the newspaper and you say that there is, the terrorist attack, Srinagar, and then some people died. You read this news. Some people react, oh God, again. Some people said, oh, nonsense, what is this? Government has to do something. Some people feel bad. Some people feel nervous. Everybody has a different reaction. Why reaction is different? It's the same stimulus, right? It's one news and everybody reacts separately. Why? Because of these 4 things. It is about self-awareness. It is about imagination. This consensus is nothing but sanskara. This independent will only you have. The dog cannot think, the tiger cannot think. If you attack to the tiger, tiger will attack you. If you attack to the dog, dog will attack to you. If you attack to the human, human will think why you are attacking. God has given this choice to you. The freedom lies between stimulus and response. If you are reacting, you are animal. If you are responding, you are human being. So problem is here in this space. Space, freedom to choose. Here is the problem. What do you choose? Somebody shouts at me and I shout it back, or I just smile. Somebody accuses me, somebody abuses me. How do I react? This is the whole happiness comes from this freedom to choose. If I am wise enough, if my sanskara is strong, if my imagination is strong, if my will is there, I will respond and not react. Please remember these 2 words, react and response. When something happens, please ask this question to yourself, am I responding or am I reacting? You can take a pause. There is a pause button. If you apply the pause, you will respond. If you don't apply the pause, you will react like animal. And why you react like animal? Because it's your ego. Control your ego. Most important. This is called as a narcissist syndrome. In Greek mythology, there is something called as a narcissist. Please Google it. I don't want to tell you because otherwise you will not do. My job is to stimulate you. The ego is the problem of the relationship. Ego is the problem of the stress. And how do we control this? Chitta Shuddhi. And how this Chitta Shuddhi is possible? By doing with good karma, being in the good company, reading good books, thinking good. Good karma has a foundation of good thoughts. Good karma, sat karma. So with this, your character will be built. And if your character has built, automatically your personality becomes good. Follow Sadharma. Dharma is not religion, we spoke about it. Good karma. Trigun, Sattva, Rajatam. I don't want to get into it because you know it. I'm just trying to stimulate it. I'm just trying to instigate you to read more, to understand it. And what is mind? Mind is not only mind. Mind has a 4 compartments. It's mind, it's buddhi, intellect, it's chitta, it's ahankar. And all these 4 has a different karma, different actions. The mind is called as mana, sankalpa, vikalpa, iti. Continuously in the mind, there are good and bad thoughts, good and bad thoughts, good and bad thoughts. Continuous happens. Continuously there are good and bad thoughts happening. It is not possible to have only good thoughts because there are senses around you. You are living in the world. So there are a lot many things which are attracting your mind. The intellect, and this is what called as a buddhi. If the buddhi, the intellect is good, it will make decision that which one is to pick up. There are so many threads going into your mind. I'm sure right now also it is going on. So which thread to pick up is the decision of the intellect. That's called as a buddhi. The chitta is endorse that decision. And ahankara, that aham, swayam, that decision implements. So our job is that mind remains pure so that only good thoughts comes. And that will come only with sanskara, that will come only with satsang. Satsang is good company. The buddhi, you are picking up the correct thread. Chitta, you are confirming that the thread is correct. And ahankara, to implement that. It's a beautiful thing about the action. Whatever comes in your mind, unless you do the action, there is no result. Think of it what I'm trying to say. But if you don't think properly, obviously your actions are also going to be wrong. So think good. Watch your thoughts, they become words. Watch your words, they become actions. Watch your actions, they become habits. Watch your habits, that become your character. And the most important, watch your character, it becomes your destiny. The great author of the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen Covey, in his book he mentioned, this is very good, very beautifully he has put it. He said, I have studied successful people in last 100 years in America. He has studied 100 successful people in the last 100 years, and he found that those who are successful are having the good character. Character has a direct relationship with success. Character has a direct relationship with the happiness. And this is the law of karma. Second law of Newton, action is equal to reaction. There is a consequence of every action. Dharma is a guiding principle. I am a student. What is my dharma? To study. I am a civilian of this country. What is my dharma? To take care of country, not to litter around. Strong value system. Very strong value system you have from your ancestors. We are the luckiest one to being, to born in such kind of beautiful country where there is a legacy, where there are sanskaras, which was guiding the whole world. How happy, how lucky we are. And next 40 years, as I was mentioning, maybe 100 years, I don't know. They are going to be very good. So what are the good and bad things? Good for me, good for others. Very good. Good for me, not good for others. Rajasic. Only me. Self-centric. Not good for me, not good for others. Rakshas. Tamasic. And what is act of God? Not good for me, good for others. Sacrifice, Tyag, is the highest value of our culture. And that's why people, those who sacrifice, are the leaders. Not political leaders. I'm talking about leaders, motivational leaders, influential leaders, spiritual leaders. Look at Gandhiji. Why Gandhiji was worshipped across India? Simple man. He was only having dhoti, nothing else. And his sacrifice liked by people. This is the Indian society. They like sacrifice. It's the highest value of our culture. Why mother is loved so much? Because she sacrificed for the family. And that's why she is loved the most. Sacrifice is the highest value. I was mentioning one sentence. I said, think of the investment where there is no return expected. That's sacrifice. When mother is doing sacrifice for his son and daughters, is there a return expected? If someone goes and tell her, what are you doing? Madam, you are taking care of your son, but this guy is not good, huh? She will say, come on, I know what I'm doing. She will not like it. So she doesn't think of consequences. She doesn't think of return on the investment. But she does the investment where there is no return. And that's why she's very happy. Whenever she's doing for you, for her children, she's very, very happy. very happy. This cannot be converted into monetary benefits. That's bliss. That's joy. It's not just happiness. That's not a luxury. That's not comfort. But still, there is happiness. Sacrifice is the highest value of our culture. Look at it. Not good for me and good for others. What is that? That means I have to come out of my comfort zone. Can I do that? Can I walk out of my comfort zone? I don't want to get into this now. Next thing, but this is how the life, the goal of the life. We don't say that we should not prosper. Abhyudaya and Nishreyash, these are the two ultimate two things of the life. What is the purpose of life? Abhyudaya and Nishreyas, prosperity. Yes, we want to have a prosperity. Abhyudaya comprises of the three purusharthas: dharma, artha, kam. Dharma means right conduct. We spoke about it. It is nothing to do with religion. Artha means making money. Nothing wrong about it. As long as you follow dharma, make money. You should. Kama. Kama doesn't mean sex. Kama means parakram, purusharth. And Nishreyas is the purusharth of the moksha. What is the moksha? It's not salvation. Moksha is atma vilo, going beyond, sacrificing. We know the story of Dadichi. We know the story of Dadichi, who has given his bones for the society. And if you don't know, study that. Find out what is Dadichi. Google it. This is what our strategy is. The ultimate reality is only possible when you go beyond yourself. The self-centered life will pull you towards the sadness. Because whatever luxury you are earning by that, one or other day will going to finish. There is a law of diminution of the satisfaction. Google it. What does it mean by? But when you do something which is without returns, without expecting any returns, that's the bliss. That's forever. That takes you to the next level of the life. And that is the purpose of the life. If we understand what is the purpose of life, yes, money, yes, it will be. Fame, it will be. Power, it will be. Good career, it will be. But it comes only when you are pure, when your character is clean. Thank you very much. Little tough topic, but I thought, I hope that you liked it, you listened it properly. At least there was no there was no disturbance to me, so I presume that you understood everything. Thank you. I can take some questions if there are. Otherwise, we have just 2 minutes left. Thanks a lot.
Hello, sir. Very nice session. Dear students, sir has clearly explained you what is happiness and satisfaction. How can we gain satisfaction? Okay. How can we develop our personality and how to understand the mind and how can we avoid ego in our daily life? Okay. What is satkarma, law of karma? Sir, this is very nice session. I think this is very much beneficial for all the students of our college. So very much thankful to you from our PES Modern College of Engineering, ENTC department and institutional social responsibility. So very thank you, sir. Very much thank you. Dear students, I will just share you one link for the quiz and feedback. You just try to fill this particular feedback and quiz. Okay, so thank you all of you. Yes,
Thank you very much.
yes, please fill the Google form for the quiz and the feedback. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot.